Alright, as you can see, we have all three of the base cabinets assembled. They're actually pretty level without the carriage bolts. And you can kind of see how the layout's going to be. I didn't measure this exactly. This is obviously going to be in this far corner with the full sheet going from corner over. And all this will be gone. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to stop at Home Depot and get the T-nuts, the carriage bolts, so I can drill and install them, and then I can put them in place, level them up, and then start putting the sheets down. Alright, made some progress getting ready to move all my current setup out of the way so that we can set the new base cabinets in and get everything leveled and put together. So I'm using my in-feed/assembly table to help me move this upper cabinet because it's too heavy to move myself. Get that out of the way. I'm going to slide the base cabinets already there underneath the clamp rack, and we'll slide out the miter saw station, and this thing will start taking shape. Alright, I got some stuff moved. I'm clearing up some space. So we're at the point of no return now. Got to keep going. I'm going to take the saw off the current bench and either move it out of the way or disassemble it. So I'm going to use, I like to save all my wood and reuse it. So the 2x4s, I use screws. I'll take that all apart, throw it up in the lumber rack. And the pine boards I'm going to turn into flags. Now that's the first flag I ever made, so it's not one of the good ones, but I kept it. So when I make new ones, I can see how much better I got. So I'm going to recycle those, take that apart. That license plate I actually got when I was in London with my friends probably like 12 years ago, 15 years ago. I found it on the side of the street. Looked like a good spot for it. So on our way. Hopefully if I get the saw off, I can put the new cabinet. Got almost all the top boards off. I got one more in the back. And I can disassemble the frame and move on to the next step. But one thing I love that I got this from my wife's mother, is like, say you're picking up any kind of anything metal and there's sawdust, and you pick it up, even if you're careful, you still get sawdust all over. Or if you're trying to clean up the floor, there's an easy way. Big magnet. Barely any sawdust at all. Now the shop is now a mess because I got everything all over the place. But I'll tell you, that table that I built, the assembly, outfeed, moving table with the casters and they're all 4 casters are swivel and locking. I've used that thing so much, and it's built all out of plywood except for the trim I put around the edge of the top. And it's made from like a mortise and tenon, but you don't actually cut it. When you glue up the frame, it's 3 pieces. So the middle piece is short, the width of the stretcher. So it goes in. It's strong. It's sturdy. It's an awesome table. It's probably the coolest thing I've built as far as for the shop, and I use it all the time. There's plans online. It's an easy build, and it's great. I'll probably put a shelf on the bottom. The only reason I haven't is because it's going to collect dust. This way, it doesn't collect as much dust. Starting to get everything set up. I got to cut that last piece of plywood. I'm going to do that right now. Then I'm going to cut these strips that go along the wall for the corner and for the back to support that piece. Alright, we got all the tops cut and test fit. Everything was looking good. And it's actually pretty level as it sits, but I'm going to take everything off and fine tune it. And after that, I'll put the strips against the wall to screw the back of the plywood to, the plywood top. And then I'll finally cut the extra strips that go on the front and rear of the shelf with the miter saw, and also there's 2 more support that need to go into the larger cabinet.